So there's been a lot of Italian battleships on this channel, and that's because I'm very excited about them. They're very interesting to me. And I think I've covered almost everything that I really like about them. And the last thing left, I think, for me to cover is the secondary build. It's not something I've been using all that much, but it's something I want to try out. So you get 10.5 kilometer secondaries on the Lepanto here. I do have my Lepanto commander spec'd reasonably for secondaries. I don't have close quarters at combat, but I think fire prevention plus concealment allows me to get into secondary range easier with concealment, and fire prevention will keep me alive when I'm in secondary range better. So I think that's just a better secondary build than getting all of the DPM. I have taken, probably against my better judgment, I've taken the auxiliary armaments mod too, so we get a nice 20% reduction in secondary battery reload time. So we'll see how that works out. I just want to see how good these can be. So I'm not going to show you full games here. I'm going to show you a collection of games with this ship where you're basically just going to get the secondaries highlighted. I want to see how good these can possibly be. And really what we're looking for is fires, because the 90mm secondaries, they don't pen anything. 15mm of pen goes up to 17mm of pen if you take IFHE, and that's just not enough to really pen anything, especially at these tiers. So their main use is fires. So that's what we're looking for, is the number of fires. Sure, the 152s can pen something. They got 25mm pen, but they don't fire all that often, and they're not the most accurate, as you're about to see. The accuracy is not enough against destroyers. You're not going to pen either, is the thing, so you're relying on fires. It's possible. It's possible it helps every once in a while, but it's really not worth it. At least so far. You do get to be very nice and aggressive, though, with these Italian battleships. Smoke really does help. Ooh, 4 hits and a fire. There you go. Instantly damage con. Too bad. Arzasha used his guns. Awesome. Here they go on the Akazuki. Let's see what happens. Okay, we got a damaging hit from our 152s. It's very good. Another 3 hits and a fire. Okay. Oh, what are these? Bad. He's dead. Venom. Alright. We can deal with this. Because we have smoke. Oh, look at how wonderful that is. We just need to angle away from the Venom here. Let's see how good they are against Yami here. Got a fire already. Good. It's a lot of hits. That is a lot of hits. Another fire. Very good. We'll pop a plane to get some vision. I think our Azashio must have smoked up. Yep. That's an often problem with destroyer players. They don't realize they're the ones spotting. And then they just smoke up. Too bad. Looks like he'll probably kill him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close to killing him. Poor guy. He got tunnel visioned on me. Didn't even consider the Azashio. He mad too. That's unfortunate. 170 hits, though, with secondaries this game. That's really not too bad. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up using a secondary build. You give up a lot of main gun accuracy, though, for it. The issue. Is that fresh smoke? No, that's fading. Okay. We don't know where the Venom is. We have enough HP that we can probably tank it and be okay. Let's zoom in and see some accuracy out of these secondaries. Not amazing. Not amazing. Another fire, though. Another fire. Alrighty, damage con. At close range, you do hit enough. We're getting a lot of hits. Get another fire here soon. Yep, there it is. Oh, he's opening up. And he's dead. Another 105 secondary hits there. Wow. I don't know if it's good. You get a lot of hits, though. Just shoots so many shells. But I don't know if I can call it good. Maybe we got unlucky with the fire duration. 7 fires is decent, though. What is this Venom doing? I think I'll just chill here. Yeah. What's up, dude? You gotta go broadside to get your torpedoes off. That is unfortunate, huh? That means I get to do this. Alright. Let's see how many secondary hits we got compared to the damage. 112's decent for Lepanto. I think I'm averaging around this 110 area. It's pretty okay for a tier 9 battleship. And 14,000 damage with another 14,000 fires. That's 30,000 extra damage. Now, would I have had 30,000 extra damage if I was running reload mod and accuracy mod? I don't know, tough to say. But I don't think this is as much of a meme build as some people might make it out to be. So, these secondaries to me seem like they're okay. they do a surprising amount of damage through fires, and that's down to fires just being that strong in this video game. They are kind of broken in my mind on how much damage a single fire can do to you, and how long it takes for damage controls to come back up off cooldown, that kind of thing. So that's what makes these secondaries powerful, along with the tanky hulls that they're on. You're going to see in this game the Lepanto is crazy tanky if you angle it properly and put it in the right position. And as well as the smoke screen. The smoke screen can really help you out in a brawling situation, and it allows you to take a breather and just secondary your opponent for like a minute straight, assuming you have somebody spotting for you. Now, you can obviously use the plane to spot people outside your smoke for you, but sometimes if they're close enough, they'll just shoot your plane down, that kind of thing. I've found that a lot in these battleships, where destroyers, I guess, assume that their battleship that's at close range will constantly be spotting, and the destroyer just smokes up while I'm smoked up. And then we lose spotting on people. It's maybe a learning experience, or something people are going to have to get used to, is that the Italian battleships aren't always going to be spotting things when they're at closer ranges to people. And eventually we'll get to a point where I'm sure destroyers don't just smoke up and stop spotting people. But for now, it is a little frustrating when that happens, but it's okay, because the plane definitely does help with that. That's the nice thing about the spotter plane. You get the ability to have a bit more range every once in a while, and sometimes that's required with these ships. But honestly, I haven't found the 18-kilometer range to be too limiting on the Italian battleship line, surprisingly. It's that these ships are tanky enough that they can push in. It is refreshing, actually. They have pretty small superstructure, they have relatively good armor, and the fuel smoke. It's a nice change from a lot of the pushing in experiences that I've had in the past, like pushing in with a Kurfürst, for example. Your superstructure is the size of most ships, and it's very vulnerable. So keep that in mind, that even though these secondaries aren't dealing as much raw damage as a Kurfürst would, or not hitting as often as a Ohio would necessarily, but they are dealing pretty good fire damage, and if the 152s hit, you probably are going to get some damage in the superstructures of battleships. Some light cruisers will take damage from the 152s, and destroyers take a reasonable amount of damage from the 152s as well. But again, your main source of damage out of your secondaries seems to be fires. If you get unlucky with fires, it seems like it'll be a 50-50 split, almost at worst, when it's raw secondary damage versus fire damage. But if you get lucky, you can have some really crazy games, I think, with how good fires are in this game. The problem is it's very RNG based. Here's exactly what I'm talking about. Kitakazi smokes up to farm, and so do we, to try and get out of here. Unfortunately, we take a blind citadel there. That was kind of crazy. You'll see that this Veneto kind of has it out for me this game, or something. He tunnel visions pretty hard on me at certain points, where there's, a low health ship far closer to him that's broadside on even, and he'll decide to shoot me even though I'm angled. I don't know what that's about, but kind of interesting to see how some people play, I guess, sometimes. But you can see fire after fire after fire on these ships, especially at close range. And I think that's what makes these secondaries. I don't think it's actually that the secondaries are that good. In fact, they're pretty bad. It's these ships that make them okay, a little bit usable. Something like a Georgia has far better secondaries, because the accuracy allows you to hit superstructures of battleships more. And, well, I don't think this guy has the accuracy mod on his secondaries, so maybe not this Georgia, but other Georgias would definitely be a lot more accurate than this guy, and they would be hitting far more shells into your superstructure, dealing more damage, probably getting more fires. If we're comparing the tier 10s, the Ohio gets a really good fire rate, really good accuracy, and a 9% fire chance on its secondaries. So I think Perhaps if you're looking for the best secondary ship in the game, I think Ohio has to be it. I think these aren't as good as the premium American secondary battleships. You really do have to use those if you want to get actually good damage and use out of your secondaries. These are more of a meme, I think, but they're not as bad as I thought they would be. I thought they would be useless, and I'll admit I was wrong. They're not useless, but they're not the best thing in the world. They, I think, are just a waste of points. If you're going for an optimal build, I think running more tankiness is a great option. And in my Italian battleships, I find I often get to my 4th heal, and then I wish I had a 5th heal. And that's why I think the tanky build on these Italian battleships is so good. You are one of the most flexible at close range, and the tankiness that you get, you can see, I mean, it is a Minotaur shooting at us bow on. I don't know why he's decided to smoke up and make us his target instead of trying to find broadsides. Maybe I should do a little Minotaur video or something at some point. You really want to get broadsides in that ship. You don't want to smoke up when you're bow on to someone. That's kind of a waste of a smoke. And we can just get away anyway. Anyways, the secondary build is not bad. If you run it, I don't think you're wrong for running it. You're probably doing it to try and have some fun and that kind of thing. And I don't blame you one bit for having fun with it. I just think that for how much damage these secondaries do and how many points you're committing for them, and extra skills and upgrades on your ship that you're committing to them, I think that you'd probably get 1 or 2 more salvos out of your sap, maybe a few more hits per salvo with the better accuracy you'd get on your main guns. You'd probably do more damage overall with the main gun tank build. But that said, it is not awful. It's not awful. And I'm surprised to hear myself say that. Again, the Kitakaze smoked up. Eventually Destroyer players will figure it out. You can't just smoke up when you're the one spotting. Somehow we don't kill the Georgia there, and our Kitakaze takes a little while to get him, but he does in the end. And that's pretty much this game over. Unfortunately, our Slava apparently was disconnected for this match, and it resulted in us losing this one. Maybe if he had been here for more of the game, we would have had a better result, maybe a win. But it was still a close game, and that's what I look for. I'm looking for these fun, close matches. I really, really do enjoy them a lot more than the steamrolls. Even on the losing end, it sucks to lose, but even on the losing end, it's more fun for sure to play these close, intense matches where your actions actually matter, rather than just, oh, we win or oh, we lose. Unfortunately, it seems like we're moving in the direction of more blowouts, but these close matches still do happen every once in a while, and they're a ton of fun. And at the end of this game, you can see we're at 3.7-ish million potential damage. Pretty incredible. That's, well, 3.8 now. Nearly. That's a pretty good result, even 30,000 spotting damage. This is a good game. And it was done with a secondary build, 341 hits. It's pretty good. It's just the damage output out of the secondaries I think could be better, and you lose a lot on your main guns. You definitely do lose a lot on those main guns. I have noticed a big difference between the accuracy mod and otherwise. But you can see another 30,000 damage out of the secondaries. We got a little bit unlucky with our fires, probably. 341 hits and 5 fires. That seems a little low to me, but again, it's RNG based is what these secondaries are. If they hit, and if you get fires. But I like it. I'm glad that there is a ship in the game, a class of battleships, a line of battleships that can push in and do these brawling things. That's fun for me. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you learned something. Have a good day.